guys? Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all. Welcome to Hartung Family Farms. And today, see, the neighbor's got his beans up. This is the first time we have this guy as a neighbor. Bought this ground last fall, I believe. It's a big farmer. He actually farms all the way down by my house. It's actually pretty crazy. So anywho, I am down here at the South Farm. Pat is just getting going. He planted 130 acres yesterday. He got going around 1 o'clock by the time he got back from taking a load of cattle out. Last load of fats that we'll have to sell until September. So he did that, and then he's gonna get going here shortly. I see he's not going right now, so I'm gonna swing in and just chat with him. Much easier to talk to him while in person as opposed to on the phone while he's planting, because it's can be a lot. So we're gonna go ahead and check with him, and then I got 250 acres I want to get sprayed today, so we'll get going. Neighbor's out putting his seed in the ground. Got a whole setup for his liquid and his seeds. Pretty sweet. Pat got everything south of the gravel planted. So we have 200 acres in down here, 135 acres of corn, 65 acres of beans, and now we got 350 something acres north of the, oh not that much, 180 acres north of the gravel here. Curtis is gonna get rolling. I'm gonna go pick up Pat. He's dropping his seed tender off over at the north side. Oh, excuse me. I'm gonna go pick him up, run him back to the tractor, and then he's gonna get moving. So Pat's got a 90-acre field here to plant, and Curtis is actually going to work, because if you remember in this video, I helped Nathan. He spread a crap ton of manure, if you will, on this field. So just with that and the amount of weeds that are already growing, we're just going to work it. He's already down here, and that thing's going to make a perfect seed bed. So he's got 90 acres here, and then he's got 80 to 90 acres north of the waterway that Curtis worked yesterday. Just going to start there. That's what Pat's going to go plant now across the creek. Curtis is getting ready to go, just fueling up. So Pat and I were chatting a little bit. We're actually going to, we'll see what happens. We might be running 3 planters next year, because Nathan's already done with beans, and we still got probably 800-900 acres of corn left to go. And to be honest with you, we could have gotten done with beans a couple days sooner. So knowing that we are always corn heavy, just because we can produce corn so much better than we can produce beans, and we usually get a better price for corn because we have an end user straight here with ADM. Whereas beans, all of our beans go to the river, so there's not an end user, there's a middleman in there, so you really can't get as good a price premiums. So knowing that, we might be running 3 planters next year. That would be something. So let's swing into my field real quick to take a look at the big issue that I saw yesterday. And I see dirt that was moved. Let's go take a look. And I see a lot more vehicle tracks in here. So that means my contractor came in and took a look. Hopefully they got her fixed. Well, I see water moving, so that's good. Water was not moving before. This is a drainage tile, which drains this low spot, kind of going all the way up there, following the valley. And it was plugged right here, I am guessing. So basically called my contractor. They were able to come out this morning with a mini excavator and dig it up. Must have been a plug, so they got her fixed. And looking at it, it's not near as wet. Nice. A rip ball, or what? I don't know what the hell that is. So here's that wet spot, and hopefully it's draining, because I'm guessing the plug was right here, so water would come down here, get to about right here, then stop. So probably not gonna have very many beans coming up in through here, but that's okay. Might have Nathan maybe re-stitch these in. I'm not sure. Not sure if it's worth driving all the way down here. We'll just have to see. But it is a little chunk, sizable chunk. Might have him re-stitch these beans in, just kind of see how much comes out. Anyway, yeah, my large issue was hopefully fixed. Back at this field planted. Nice. Here comes Nathan. He must be going to haul some manure today. So he got done planting beans, so now we can start going on the rest of the stuff that needs to happen before we actually finish planting everything. What I mean by that is, before we actually get everything in the ground, we want to get as much manure onto the fields as possible, because during the summer, before we start harvesting any of our crops, the only place to haul manure is on hay ground, which is nice, but it's not ideal to haul manure on hay ground because it's not fully being utilized. Because like I said, I mean, you're damaging some of your hay and everything like that. And my grandma's calling. Hello. Well, I forget what I was saying, but basically, it's not as ideal to haul manure on hay ground, just because you're damaging some of your hay and it doesn't get fully utilized. So that's the thought. we would rather haul it on actual crop ground. So before we do that, before we finish planting, we need to haul out all of our bed pack, which takes days of time. So that's what Nathan's gonna start working on, especially now that we got our beans in. So we got 30 acres we can do here, we got 20 acres we can do by Jerry's, and we got 30 acres we can do down at Pat's place. And guessing somebody's having some trouble here. Ooh, he had a tire blowout on him. Yep, blew a tire and messed up the rim. So I'm gonna let him use the shop. Got a technician from the dealership out here. Gonna go help. You always want to be neighborly, at least in these parts, because you never know when it could happen to you, and you always just want the help when somebody can give it. So we'll offer him our tire change or our air or anything else like that. I don't know the guy, I don't know the dealership. Well, I know the dealership, they're out of Fulton, but we don't work with them, but still, just kind of the neighborly thing to do. I don't love that. Got stuff dripping. That's new. Where's it coming from? It's coming from the seal of my pump. That is not good at all. That is not good at all. And I also got coolant leaking, so I bet it's coming from that clamp. That I can mess with. That clamp unlocks every so often. But that pump seal might have gone out. That is not good. Appreciate everybody in the ag industry keeping us moving. Service technicians included. You guys perform a thankless job a lot of times. It's a lot of pressure. So much appreciated. Okay, I'm just pulling this thing out. I think we'll be okay with that pump seal leaking, but we'll just have to see when I start spraying. Yeah, we got a John Deere on the farm. So yeah, so this is the dealership. They're delivering this to a customer up north, and blew a tire. So like I said, let them use our concrete to get her fixed up. Yeah, so it's not a farmer, but like I said, I mean, still, that's just kind of the rural way of life. You just you want to help people out when you can, because you never know when you'll need help. I mean, you could be, these guys are 30 miles away from their shop, so they just, I don't know what they would have done if they didn't find a yard. We were just the lucky ones to be right next to them. Okay, so I'm gonna go help Nathan back out the spray trailer, get it, get some water in it, and we'll get moving. Cool, he'll make it now. I'm actually gonna put some extra chemical on. Need 2 more of these. Each one of these does about 200 acres, so need a couple more. Case IH 200 Tiger Mate. Sold to a guy up north of us. That's why there's a John Deere on the farm. Make sense? Oh, let's take this guy over next door. So we got water coming into this big tank. I think we got around 2,500 gallons in her already. Put about 1,500 in this. Yep, right at 2,500. And here we are. So we're gonna fill this tank up. So I basically got pipe going out into the inlet of the pump, going to the outlet, into the tank. Normally, this is coming from my tank, goes to here, then goes out into there, but instead basically just flipped it. So to help it out even more, now we'll pump some water in, so it won't take long at all. So we got water flowing in right now. I'm just grabbing the iPad, going to grab the sprayer. Nathan's going to keep hauling manure, try to get all the bed packs hauled out. So the thing's not dripping anymore, so it just must be that gasket going out. So that's good. And this stuff smells raunchy. There goes Nathan, he's off to haul manure. I'm off to spray. Curtis is working ground. Pat is planting. Ah, that's about filled. Ooh, AC is nice and needed on a day like this. So I'm gonna do with this extra hose is basically unhook that one from the hydrant, and once I'm done, I'll go ahead and fill up my sprayer, and then stick this thing under the hydrant, let it fill up straight into my tender, and not have to pull out of this thing. Because it does take a little while. It takes about 15 minutes to pull, I don't know, 2,000 gallons, 1,500 gallons from there to there, but we're getting close. There goes Kyle. Right around 1,800 gallon right now. Put 2,000 in. I can hold about 800 in my sprayer. So that's about perfect. So having this kind of surge tank, this 4,000 gallon surge tank, it's not too bad right now. When I'm spraying pre, I don't go through here as much water as when Pat's spraying post. A lot of that's because our rate changes. When we're spraying post merge, we want to go 20 gallons an acre high rate to get high coverage all over our plants, because we're mainly a contact killer at that point. Very little residual. So we just have to go through a lot more water when we do that. Look at that, you can roll our corn pretty nice. Same with our beans here. I'll go ahead and undo everything I just did. Yeah. And there we are. I'll pull this thing ahead and get filled up. I'm just heading down the road to go to my first field of the day, and there goes Nathan. Nathan's backing in. He's cleaning out the east side of the yard, because that's all done with fats. So he's cleaning that out. I'm gonna go spray this field. Got a bald eagle! Yeah! Woo! America! Those things just look cool. Still going, still messing with the poppet sticking or so, but I'm just outlining waterways. It's not slowing me down much. So putting on this residual, a little bit of stuff poking through. This should curb that down. See how that Roundup just didn't kill those weeds, but definitely dented them. And this was the issue that I had earlier, was the shut-offs. Still a little late, I think, but I'm not sure. Hard to tell. Either way, we're just about done with this field. 8 acres. Cruising. Whee! It's pretty cool. Right here is what I did not spray with Roundup earlier. See how those little bitty broadleaves coming through? Pretty cool. Doing it this way really helps us prepare for, or it gives us time to get in here and plant this and then spray a good residual. There's Nathan filling up the bed pack. We say bed pack, it's basically all the bedding we put on out all year. Cows manure it or pee on it, poop on it, give us plenty of nutrients back. He's hauling that out. Sweet. Okay, we're gonna head down to the Goose Lake farm now and get that sprayed. Let's go. Let's go talk to my uncle. Yeah. Yeah, that's my aunt and uncle's place right there. Okay, time to get going. Cruising. Spraying a little bit over into the ditch. This won't kill the grass, but it'll hurt the broadleaves and everything that are growing up in there. We want grass to grow in the ditch to hold the field together. We don't want broadleaves and water hemp and other stuff like that to grow up in there. So that's why I overhang. Up over the bush. rolling. I just want to point out, Pat has used GPS a lot this year, and it makes me very happy to see, because these are some straight rows. Makes spraying a lot easier. Man, I love individual nozzle control. A conventional sprayer would be shutting off in sections. This thing shuts off at 36 virtual sections. Ideally, I'd have 60 virtual sections, but the processor just doesn't have enough memory to do it. On the next sprayer, we will. It'll have enough memory to actually do individual sections. So I basically have a group of 8 individual ones, then I do doubles, and then a couple in the middle I do triples. Just because you'd rather have that fidelity out towards the end. Okay, first load just about sprayed off. It's 2:30. It did my slowest ones I'll be. Now I got a couple really big fields to do next. Heading back home, and here's Nathan. He's just about got this field covered in manure. Not a bed pack being hauled out. Well, let's see if that they got that Deere tractor going. I bet they did. Yep, she going. So best of luck there, guys. Fun chatting with you for a little bit. Oh yeah, she's full. She's literally seconds away from running over. Better go. Let you guys watch her run over. Talk about perfect timing. Okay, so I found out my AC is chattering when it's on. So that's neat. That means I can't run AC. Because I think I get a bearing going on or something in there. So that's cool. That's very cool. The rest of this day's gonna suck because it is really warm out. Really, really warm out. But that's okay. At least I got some air going on. Well, going back to the NAAC, the naturally aspirated air conditioning. Naturally aspirated air conditioning. I was like, that's NAAC. Well, could be worse. This actually isn't bad. I just can't do this when I'm spraying. Pulling into Pat's place. Here's Oliver. Hi, Oliver. Hi, buddy. Big yawn. Okay, we're gonna go spray this field. Got 120 acres right here, 105 south of the creek here, and 15 north. Let's get her done. That's what I like to see. That grass is smoked. Perfect. Okay, I got the kibbies. Hi, kibbies. They're not liking me, which I don't blame them. Lot of corn here. I just scooted over 30 inches from where Pat planted, spraying into the dip over into that little fence row that we actually need to take out at some point, honestly. But spraying a little bit over into that fence row just to make sure I take out any broadleaves. Again, this won't kill the grass, but it'll kill bushes and stuff like that. And actually, I'm going to come back and switch up my recipe and add in Roundup and AMS. That will kill the grass there, because we actually no-tilled this spring into that. We worked that last fall with the VT and then just planted right into it. Crap, I just realized you guys were on for a while. This is the first my display shut down mid-pass. I hit up 2 buttons and boom, shut down. It's hard for you guys to see, but that is a first. Weird, and it lost my mapping too. Very weird. Well, that was first time I've ever had a display crash on the Pro 700. That is something I deal with quite a bit at Deere, working on software, I should say. So it's weird. First time I had it with the Pro 700. Cool. All right, well, no harm, no foul, just a 5-minute delay. I'll take it. So I am moved over a little bit. That way I can make sure that I get Roundup on that grass that's near the edge there. So I want to make sure I absolutely kill that. I will say, I feel like I did a pretty good job along this ditch. This stuff is smoke, the seedbed is perfect. and I did not kill much into the right away of the creek. Not right away, it's our ground, but you know what I mean. That buffer by the creek. Stuff is perfect. So actually this these 2 rows right here, Pat planted sweet corn in his planter. So he put sweet corn in there instead of field corn. So I have sweet corn row on there. Nice. Okay, let's get moving. I think my screens are getting plugged, so we're gonna go clean them out after I'm done here. It's nice not having a fence here anymore. Us and really good neighbor friends of ours had a big old tree line. I'll attach a video of last year me spraying this field. There's doing something. You can kind of see how big these trees were, and pushed it all into that creek there, or in the pile there. It was just nuisance trees. It wasn't really any habitat or anything, but it's so annoying. But it's just good to have that out of there. Get rid of root damage, get rid of that fence, gain some acres. All good things. So when it gets hot in here, I usually can keep the AC off for about 10 minutes, and I'm just going to click it on for 2 minutes. That's to kind of cool things down, because it's not like temperature hot, but it's humidity that just kills you. I can already feel it getting better. So it is cruising. I can do about 150 acres an hour instant, probably 125 with all the turning around. This is a nice big field. Just wish I had a bigger tank, or I could go a lower carrier rate. For those of you guys who spray corn in the Midwest, what do you guys use for a carrier volume? So how many gallons per acre of a rate do you guys use on atrazine, or Roundup for that matter? Any of those contact killers. We like 15 gallons per acre, but personally I think that's overkill. Because guys out west, when they run a Roundup load, they'll go 5 to 7 gallons an acre. That'd be nice. You can really get some stuff done. Because it really cakes down your productivity when I have to fold up, drive 5 minutes, take 15 minutes to fill up, and drive back. Kills productivity. Here comes Nathan again, slinging the manure, slinging the poo. And I'm running the NAAC. Getting stuff done today. Pat's already got about 80 acres in. Wish it was more, but that's all right. You should be able to get at least down south done today. It's always good when you get at least triple digits in. I forgot to clean out my screens when I was down in the field, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do that here. Well, that was one of the scariest moments of my life. A biker was passing me. I had my turn signal on for a while, and he passed me as I was turning in. He ended up laying in the ditch. Somehow he's okay, somehow the bike is okay, and he just drove off. Oh my gosh, he basically went in the ditch probably. I'm saying an extra prayer tonight, because wow. I don't know how that guy's okay, how the bike's okay, because he went in the ditch probably at least 20 miles an hour. Whew. He must not have seen my turn signal, and yeah, because I had my turn signal on for at least 20 seconds before I turned. But just thankful everyone's okay. Oh man, that could have been very, very, very bad. Okay, so back to the issue at hand. I'm actually gonna go out. This field is planted. I think it's in corn. I'm actually gonna go double check, because if it is, like I said, I know these neighbors. I'm actually gonna overhang this a little bit, just to make sure none of these weeds grow up. 40 acres left in this field for a Roundup load over there. That'll work. So I just got that little 15-acre piece, and then I am all done. Oh man, this road, people just don't pay attention. Some of it's on me, but it's just, I have my signal on forever, and I don't know. I'm just glad nobody got seriously hurt and the bike didn't get hurt too bad. Okay, time to kill this stuff. So this cover crop is not crispy like I like them this time of year. Didn't have a hot enough mixture. Now we're gonna go take 2. See, about half of this stuff is dead. That's not great, but it's also not the end of the world. Just didn't have a hot enough mixture, and that's what happens. Don't worry, this'll knock it down for sure. Now, if you remember right, this is the first field I started on this year. That's about the actual slope right here. It's a little steep, but there's a lot of ragweed around there. You get that killed. Then you're done. There's individual nozzle control right there. Just re-killing this cover crop. Kind of see that stripe there? That was a goof up I had with the spreader. Whoops, I didn't have the disc going, So I spread an entire pass, an entire round without the disc going. Yeah, she was a little tight, or a little thickened through there. Stupid gopher. Quite a bit of them around here. Ooh, she's asleep. Pretty cool view up here at least. Whoa. Wheat's looking all right, a little wavy, but she's growing. Need to get sprayed. All done. Done about 150 acres, 175 acres today. Not too bad. I forgot to reset it. It was around 220 or so. So not too bad. I'm for sure gonna get one more load off and maybe get another load way down south. We'll just have to see. Rolling. So I'm doing this no-till piece. It was worked once last fall and then no-tilled into this spring. Because if we no-till it, because it's a rock point up on top, but you can kind of see a lot of weeds growing up, so you get these stuff killed. This spot's a little thick, so I'm upping my rate in through here, basically giving it a little extra douse. And I can back it off once I get up on top. But you think about how much we saved making a pass on this, probably $7, $8 an acre with fuel, time, depreciation. Not a bad gig. All done, 200 acres finished around here. So I'm gonna load up, head down south. Looks like the neighbor's actually out chopping. Nice. Here comes Kuhnau's planter. Or not Kuhnau's, Eberhardt's. That's their service advisor that we use. They run a custom planter here in the spring to help some guys out. Okay, time to hit the road. Okay, loaded up, heading south. Oh yeah, Grandma also made me a bucket meal. 2 hamburgers, chips, milk, and water. I love it. I won't be able to eat it for another half hour though. That's all right. Crop scouting at 30 miles an hour, and look at there, I see some beans. Nice. Man, today really was a good growing day for stuff. 80 degrees, sunny. Stuff really popped up, that's for sure. There's Patrick. He's out planting. Nice. What a beautiful sunset. Yeah, these beans definitely popped up some from today. Fun fact, these are the same farmers. I already told you guys that this morning. So, this guy got his field in today. Nice. And that field worked up real nice. I mean, bean stubble always does, but sheesh. Love it. Well, I'm not sure who's here. Might be Jeff. Not sure. There's Pat. He's a rolling. So am I. We got some ragweed growing in here. Good thing we're getting this done because that needs to be killed. Some of this stuff's bigger than the others, but all's gotta die. I'm an equal opportunity of ragweed killer. Beautiful evening for spraying. Curtis and Nathan are both there doing chores right now. And I'm spraying, Pat's playing. We got everybody down here at the South Farm that we now own. Check out that video right now if you want me to explain a little bit more. But yeah, this is our farm. This ground isn't yet. This ground isn't, but the farmstead is, and 25 acres. So that's like this fence line over to that rock pile up is now ours. Pretty excited. We're still spraying. Neighbors' beans are up nicely. They even took out that grove of trees. That's impressive. So he's got beans. I'm spraying corn, so wind's out of the right direction, so I really don't have to anything to worry about, but not overlapping the fence like I normally do, just staying right on my line. Now I'm spraying right at the property line. Get as close as I can, trying to kill that grass, because your weeds typically come in from your field edges. Cool part about this field, it's got a mile-long pass for a couple swipes. It's kind of broke up a little bit, got an acreage here, got a fence line there, fence line there, a rock pile there. So it's not all perfect, but it's pretty dang close. So I'm out at 0, so that means I've gone 800 gallons. So now I'm listening for a pump whine. So basically it'll really start to when it's trying to make pressure, but it can't. So I'm listening for that. As soon as I hear that, I'm gonna flick off my master switch and turn the pump off. So that should happen really at any point, because I am flowing through the gallons right now. So once I do that, I'm actually gonna go ahead and rinse out with some water a couple times, and that way I can bring this thing up to Kuhnhaus and those guys can work on it. But honestly, I must have filled this thing a little more full than I was expecting. That's okay, because, you know, instead of having 32 ounces of Roundup, I'll have 30. So, I mean, so there we go. There, I hit it. Okay. Now we'll go put some water in. And can you imagine actually spraying at this? I can go 20 mile an hour. Jeez. So I'm just cleaning out, running water through the boom. Just did one rinse. I'll do a second rinse. That'll get the tank pretty good. So to actually rinse this thing, I changed my rinse fill to unload. And I'll change that to tank rinse. Shut the bottom of the tank off so that way water keeps filling up in it. Fire it up. All done. Put some diesel in. Let's get going. Beautiful night. Absolutely gorgeous. So let's walk over and see what the guys are doing. I bet they're working cows. They were AIing the last 2 weeks, I believe. The mom's down here. So let's go see what they're up to. Nice. Got a chute. Yeah, let's go see what they got going. These are all the feeders. Come on. Let's go. Opening this alley up. Probably hard to see, but Nathan's feeding cows with the 656 and the Badger 325 feeder wagon. Old school, but you get the job done. Okay, I'm gonna take off in the sprayer. We're gonna run that over to Kuhnhaus, to the equipment dealer. They're gonna work on that in the next couple days for us, and then yeah, we're gonna go from there. Crap off my boots. Then Kurt's gonna probably pick me up and come back and continue working ground. Get ahead of the planer. Heading to the wet. Let's get her going. There's our seed dealer's place. It's got a real nice setup at the shop. Big old bin site. Pretty slick. Made it. Wait for Kurt to get here. Well, now we wait. See when Kurt's is gonna get here. We are done for the night. DUN. Pat just finished up. Got 170 acres done today. So a pretty good day for him. Curtis got another 100 acres worked in front of him for tomorrow. Nathan got a bunch of crap hauled, and I got 250 acres sprayed. So not a bad day at all. Either way, I'm tired, I'm exhausted. It's 10 o'clock and we need to hit the road. So thank you. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Take care, take it easy, stay safe, and ta-ta for now.